Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I am Eva Fathul Jannah, but you can call me Eva. I am a student of English literature in Islamic State University, Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and today I will share something that worth your attention. And we'll talk about the importance of English pronunciation. So we'll talk about what is pronunciation and why mispronunciation happens, and why we still understand if mispronunciation happens. So the first thing we'll talk about is what is pronunciation. So pronunciation is the way we produce a sound when we speak a language. It includes personal sound and word stress, rhythm, and intonation. When our pronunciation is unclear, our message can be misunderstood, even if our grammar and our vocabulary are correct. So, why do people struggle with it? There are three main reasons. First is mother tongue interference. Our native language shapes the way we hear and produce sounds. If a sound doesn't exist in our first language, it's very hard to produce it correctly in another language. Second is lack of exposure. If we don't hear a language speak naturally and regularly, we don't have a good ear for how it should sound. The third is fear and lack of practice. Many people are afraid of making mistakes, so they avoid speaking. But without practices, pronunciation won't improve. Here's something interesting. Even if our pronunciation isn't perfect, communication still works. But why? There are a few reasons for it. First is context. When we speak, we don't just rely on sounds alone, but we use the situation, the topic, and the words around a sentence to guess the meaning. Second is shared vocabulary. As long as the keywords are recognizable, our brain fills in the gap between the words and we understand automatically. Our brain predicts meaning based on what it already knows. The third is goodwill and effort. When both speakers are trying to understand to each other, communication will work, will succeed. So, pronunciation doesn't have to be perfect, but what matters most is that meaning gets across. So, to conclude, pronunciation doesn't have to be perfect. As long as we have context, shared words, and the willingness to understand each other, communication will work. One last thing, it's not about sounding right, it's about being understood. Thank you everyone, and goodbye.